Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts LeeSilber and Ellen Goodwin. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away. And here's your hosts, Lee and Ellen.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host,
LeeSilber!
Awesome. Lee, since, we're not that far into 2019, I want to talk today about rules that we have that kind of need to go away. Rules about productivity, rules about efficiency that we've got in our brains. And, it's time to clean house.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's clean it up.
Well, I think one of them that, I run into with clients and stuff is that, I have to plan out my whole day. I have to know all of this, which in one way is good, one way is bad. Good is that you know how to track your day. Bad is when you start using that to not get anything done.
Or as an excuse to go to a really good opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I got my list and I'm going to follow my list, but that could be the thing that launches you.
You're holding yourself so strictly.
But instead you're cleaning your toilet.
But you're to be open to, have some fluidity in your day that, you do have to get things done, but don't be so strict about it.
I have a lot of fluidity.
You have a lot of fluidity? That's awesome. The other one that...
And I'm flexible. Bam!
Oh, wow. The other one that I get people all the time is, I am so productive because I'm so busy. Busy does not equal productive or efficient.
Agreed. Yeah, how many times are you, at the end of the day, you've got a lot done, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. And then you times that times a week, times 52 weeks. At the end of the year, you're thinking to yourself, okay, I was busy this year, but I didn't do this, and this. It's all on a daily basis.
Right.
On a daily basis. And I'm not saying that you can get away from some of the... Life is 85% maintenance and 15% things you should do, want to do, new things, joyful things, things that are important, right? But the rest... So, obviously, the goal is to get the 85% done faster so you have like maybe 20% instead of 15%. But you've got to get those top tier things done. And I mean, the Edward Bliss book that came out years in the 70s about, your top 3 things a day, make sure you get them done first. You know what? Over time, it's proven to be true. As much as we now, are busier than we were back then, and 3 things is unrealistic. But we have to do the things that, and this is a Stephen Covey thing, urgent versus important. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of urgent things, but they're not important.
They're not important.
But we got to find those important things. I know I sound like I'm preaching, but I mean, people ask me, how did you write, 24 books in 25 years? Because I make it a priority and I work on it a little bit every day. Not a lot, but a little bit every day. I make the time for what's important. It's not urgent because there's no deadline. There's no one making me do it. I know it's important and I make the time.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that knowing what to focus on. You think about an athlete, and athletes train every day. And it's not like they come in and they go, I'm going to do this and this. They know what they have to focus on. They're going to focus on maybe their weaknesses. They're not going to focus on practicing what they're good at. If they're going to be effective, they're focusing on what they're not good at. And so it's just like dedicated focus. And I think that's super important.
And I'll take it one step further since you brought up sports. So I'm a very involved coach in 3 different sports. And sometimes I'm not the head coach. I'm just assisting at times. And I've watched coaches spend so much time on stretching and warm-ups and this and that. And then when it gets to the important stuff, they don't have enough time for it. So they just gloss over it. If you know what I mean? That's a metaphor or an example or a simile. You're the word person. It's a thing that can happen in your life where all this time is, your peak time, your most brain power is all spent on things that don't deserve it. And then the things that really need your time and effort and your 100% brain power,
That is a perfect example. That's a perfect example of, don't think your busyness means you're productive, but make your productive time the busy time that's focused on what you need to do. Don't waste that good time. So speaking of time,
Oh, I
It's
got one
time
more.
to- oh,
I got one more. We got a few seconds left.
okay.
We said rules.
Rules that you need to go
I mean,
away.
I could give you a bazillion rules in organizing that I think can be debunked.
Uh-huh.
But the one I think is that, if you don't use it within a year or you don't
Mhm.
need it right now, get rid of it. I mean, we talked about
Yeah.
But sometimes I like to have like a box of just odds and ends of that looks like junk to somebody.
Right.
But every once in a while I need a little part to fix something. Instead of having to run to the hardware store, I have it.
Good. So if I need one,
Yeah,
I know where to come.
I mean, my dad was like, he had everything.
Right.
Extra screws and all.
Yeah.
And so, but most people look at that and say, oh, that's a lot of clutter. It's a lot of stuff. It's all organized,
Uh-huh.
but it's a lot of stuff. But to
Right.
me, it's time saving in the sense that if I need something, I don't have to run out and get it. There's a good chance I have it. You get stuff when you put something back together and like, oh, there's some extra parts.
Right.
Do I really need these?
Oh.
I save those, and then
As you
every once
should.
in a while, I figure, oh, that's what was missing. The knob to turn it on. I'm going to put that on now.
Dang. All right. Think about the rules in your life that probably need to go away and get rid of them. But be sure and be back and join us next week for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.